What's going on, guys? This is the episode 5.
This is the episode 5.
This one is the fucking Hong Kong Cafe
Pacific Lounge
edition,
episode.
because we got the hookups and we're fucking here.
Yeah, we did. I had to take that earpiece out because it is
weird.
fucking me.
It's weird. So yeah, if we haven't bragged enough on social media, we are in the fucking lounge.
Argued our way into this lounge because we didn't want to spend 12 hours in Hong Kong airport.
That was kind of
in the normal area.
My first point. I think like the last 12, 14 hours have been pretty funny. So me and James got to the airport like 2 hours prior to when we were going to depart.
Yeah.
Like when our flight was going to take off. And so I pull up, like me and Leah pull up to the departure gate, and I pull up right behind James, not knowing he's there, and he's saying his goodbyes with Kate.
And kissing and stuff.
And all that gross shit.
He told us we were ugly. You know, the normal stuff you say to your friends.
And then so we're like, okay, cool, this is good timing. We'll walk in and we'll, check in, all that shit.
Yeah, we've got all our papers and everything our manager gave us to get over the border. And then we
went to tag our own bags, and then fucking the guy who just started his shift, and he was kind of new at the airport too.
We assume.
No, he said he's new.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Didn't hear him. Wasn't listening.
He said to us, he's like, you've been flagged for, I don't know,
not
something.
having some paperwork.
Yeah, so I think
and I was
James,
like, sick.
James didn't have like an ETA, which is like pretty much what you need to get into Canada.
It's like a travelling visa.
Yeah.
But I assumed we got given all this paperwork to get over the border.
We've never flown directly into Toronto, so we always just go across on the border. But this guy's like, yeah, you're gonna have to apply for a Canadian travel visa, and it could take up to an hour.
Could take up to 3 hours.
And we're like,
and I was like,
sick. Our
sick.
flight leaves in 2 hours.
And then he's like, you got to have a printout with you. And the only people who do printouts of Flight Centre just down the road, just down like the hall, $10 a piece of paper.
For an A4 sheet of fucking paper.
And I was like, this is the best tour ever.
Yeah.
I can't fucking wait.
So we had gotten off to we're like making good timing. We like met up real good. And then it's just like, fuck, we might not even get over.
We might not even get on the plane.
So we quickly scurried to fucking fill out the paperwork online.
We didn't even question why you didn't get flagged. It was just me.
Well, yeah, so it was just James, but I filled out the form anyway just to be safe. And I put in the wrong email address. I put in my boss's email address.
That's right.
So I had to fucking do it. I had to pay another $7. I ended up paying $14, which when you don't have money is a lot of money.
But then later we found out the reason you didn't get flagged is because you just came back from Canada.
Yeah, because I was on holiday and I already had a lasting ESTA, which I completely forgot about / didn't even know about because Leah just organised everything. So we finally got on there, and we made it with maybe 10 minutes before boarding, or 10-20 minutes before boarding.
Yeah. Well, we ended up making pretty good, decent time.
Usually I'm at the airport 4 hours before. I made that mistake last time when we flew out. Me and Leah flew out at 1 as well. And I was like, no, babe, we have to get there 4 hours early. Because every time we've travelled with the band, we got to check in gear and all this shit.
Yeah, we have heaps of stuff. So,
but we didn't have to do that at all that time. So I was at the airport with 3 hours to spare. But this time it was fucking 3 minutes.
That was so funny because they were just watching us lose our minds. Try to call our manager. Try to get in contact with the boys to let them know what was happening. Thank you. Oh, you can't hear that announcement. It's fun. There's just an announcement happening and Jake's hiding. What was I saying? Oh yeah, we called our manager. Tried to call our manager. Didn't answer. Classic manager doesn't give a fuck about the van. And then we were just I guess we just got to buy these bloody visas.
Yeah.
$7, whatever. Get on. And our flight had already been changed. So what happened was our original flight got cancelled. So we got bumped a day forward at 1 a.m. We had to fly. So I called the airline 4 days before we flew and said, this is horse shit. Give us bloody lounge access.
This is the longest announcement I've ever heard.
Can you guys hear that? I don't know if you can hear it because you can't answer. But if anyone knows
it interrupted us.
what language they speak in Hong Kong, don't know.
I don't know. I have no clue.
No idea.
So yeah, you rang the airport with like 4 days prior to us
The
boarding.
airline, yeah. And I was like, this is bloody horseshit. Move me to this flight that I can't make. Had to cancel a day of work just to make it. Yeah, I lied, obviously, I lied. Make it worse than it is. I learned if you argue in life, you get what you want, so.
Yeah, all you passive fucking pussies out there.
I used to be passive aggressive. I used to be a pacifist.
Get
Didn't want any confrontation, but now I do not give a fuck if I get what I want.
James talked to the people at the airline and said, look, our flight's been fucked, blah, blah, blah. You got to at least give us like a lounge pass or like a hotel pass.
Our layover is now 12 hours instead of 3 hours.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm not spending 12 hours.
Because that's money, ultimately money we'll have to spend here for food or whatever.
Mm.
And so you had the call with them and they didn't actually confirm.
Yeah, they said they'd get back to me.
Yeah.
But then we got to the airport after we checked our bags and everything, and I said, oh, by the way, they told us that we could pick up our lounge passes here. And they're like, oh, really? I'm like, yeah, it should be in the system.
And lucky though, it said like the calls were monitored in the system, but it didn't say that they were like exempt. Like the call was like disconnected for some reason. And you're like, oh no, but they told me.
Yeah, they told you. Like, oh, someone told you? I'm like, yeah, they told me. Like, oh, okay, cool. Just ask them at the other end, and they'll give you the passes. And I was like, sick, locked in. Worst case scenario is they confirmed it, saying it's locked in. So just get them at the other end.
Then we've been on the flight the whole time. Like we slept for most of it, but like we're like, fuck yeah, we're gonna get back. We're gonna do the fucking. We're gonna get in the lounge. We're gonna do the podcast in the lounge. And then we get here. And the chick here has no idea what's going on because nothing has been relayed. Nothing is.
She goes, "Is your name on the list?" And my name's not Kim Jun.
Yeah, literally. Oh jeez. So yeah. Sorry about the noises, by the way, guys. We're kind of in the kitchen of a noodle shop in the in the lounge.
No, in the noodle bar in the Cathay Pacific Lounge.
This was the most acceptable place for us to do the podcast and make noise. Everywhere else is like fucking relaxing and sitting down and reclining or whatever.
Anyway, back to the story. This is fucking taking forever.
No, it's only 7 minutes. Keep in mind, we have another 50 minutes to go.
We have another 6 hours of waiting at this airport, so we can talk for however long we want.
So we got here, and we're like...
they told us we can pick up the passes, and the lady's like, who said that? And we're like, the people in Melbourne. She's like, why didn't they give you the passes?
I can't contact them right now.
Yeah, and we're like, fuck, man.
So the first time we spoke to them at the desk, we were like kind of nice. We're like, so this is what's happened. And then we came back half an hour later, we're like, all right, like, sick of this. Like,
we're just like, have you heard anything? Because we got guaranteed that the passes would be here.
It's like, I don't want to be waiting 6 hours to see if...
And they're like, we have to confirm with Melbourne. And then we looked at what time they open, and they opened 3 hours before the first flight of Cathay Pacific, but the first flight wasn't until like 4 o'clock Melbourne time.
Yeah, it was...
And then Jake bloody turned on his bad cop. He's like, well, I'll be back in bloody half an hour. And we just stormed off, and I was like, all right, here we go.
And then like 5 minutes later, they came to us with the passes, and we're like, these are your complimentary... I don't know if she even got in contact. Maybe she was just like...
Yeah, I don't want to deal with that shit.
Huffy puffy, and like, these guys are going to annoy us for the next 12 hours. So they gave us the passes, and here we are.
And that's how you life hack the system, guys.
So tours are already getting off to a fucking great start.
This is what happens. This is what the manager mums, the haircut, what are they called?
Karens.
The Karens of the world get by. Get by. They just get angry.
They complain.
And
we spoke
people
to the
don't want to deal with angry people, so they're just like, yeah, take the free shit. Go.
It's so good though. Like I've only been in like 3 lounges. One of them was domestic.
My lounge room.
One of them was domestic at Melbourne. The other one was like the international one in LA.
Yeah.
And this one is insane. I feel like someone's gonna come wipe my ass when I take my shit.
Yeah. No, they wiped mine.
I was in the wrong one then.
Yeah. Oh, I got bumped to the first class lounge. Sorry, the first arse lounge.
Just someone that didn't work here. Yeah. I'll regret that.
I got business class, first class, and then first arse.
Speaking of airports and shit, like I always like, airport security, like
yeah.
When you go through the little, you put your shit in the bin, and then you go through, and they. I should rephrase that. You put your stuff in the box.
Yeah.
And then, like, out of X amount of people,
you get pulled out of the line just to, yeah.
Surely it's not random. Because
It
I
is.
get
Has to
fucking
be.
pulled every time.
I mean, the machine probably pushes across at random. It's not the
Right.
people, especially in Melbourne. You know how they have the automatic belt that goes across. I don't see anyone pushing it to check that
No,
bag.
no, not that. Sorry, not the international. Like, so you put your stuff through, and they randomly check you for like the explosive test.
Oh,
with
right at
wand,
the end.
with the wand.
Yeah.
So like, every time domestically, I always get fucked. Like every single time. I'll see the guy make eye contact with me. I'll sit down, and I'll take my time putting my shoes on. Like I'll put everything in my bag. He'll let 8 people go past and be like, "You." I'm like,
Jesus.
"Jesus." That was a big thump. That's how angry I am.
Yeah. No, I've seen you get pulled over a few times.
Fucking hate
Did
it.
you see the quick one? Quick look out of the corner of your eye, see if they're looking at you. If they're not looking at you, just beeline
Run.
them straight out of there. Get out of there.
That's why I was seeing if it was actually random. I was like, I'll just wait and see if it's random or if they've just got their eye on me as soon as I'm there. And I think that's what's happened. But tour started now. We are here for 2 months.
We're not here for 2 months. I'm in Hong Kong.
We're out of the country for 2
Out
months.
for two. Out
How's
for
your
2
last day of
months.
work?
It's pretty sick. Pretty chill, really.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I don't really try hard at my work. I just wrote the system.
You did that with your fucking the last couple of jobs, didn't you? Like when you were in Korea.
Yeah, it's the easiest
Still
job in the world.
Still careering.
Yeah, still careering.
How do you say that in that word?
Careering.
Careering?
Careering. I was talking to someone, and that career must be like an Australian, not Australian, but like a Southern Hemisphere term, because I was talking to someone from America, and they're like, we just call them mailmen. I've never even heard of that word before, and I was like,
Really?
maybe because you're idiots. I don't know.
Mailman. So you're
I'm like a
fucking
male.
mailman.
I'm a mailman. Mailman.
You're a fucking mailman. God damn.
Oh, good as.
So,
How was your last day at work?
mine, dude, I can't remember. I just want to fucking
I mean,
quit.
before you had to come over here and do your real job.
Yeah. I just want to fucking quit so bad. Like, I feel like, though, my boss, like, relies on me way too heavily. Like, because I've been there for, like, I don't know, like 5 years or whatever. I've, like, been there the longest out of everyone that's there, aside from one of the guys who works there.
Yeah.
He's been there for, like, fucking 10 years and does shit all.
This is the guy in the video you showed me about you guys mocking him. That guy.
But I don't know. Yeah, I just want to quit, man. Like, because me and Leah want to move to Sydney,
Yeah.
which I was also like, how the fuck are we gonna do this podcast while I'm in Sydney?
Well, easy. Fucking just
Is it
fly
though?
up, get some freaking fly miles, baby.
But yeah, it was alright. Like, he kind of, like, my boss was like, kind of already talking about stuff to do when I get back, and I'm like, whoa,
Whoa,
when
mate.
I
Wait,
get
mate.
back?
I'll be back in May.
If I get back, if I come back in May, then
Yeah.
May, you know what I mean? Like, but
Maybe.
then I just feel bad. Because, like, so we went away me and Leah went to Canada, and then he paid me an extra $200 before I left. I was like, oh, Christmas present. And then he brought it up to me last day. And he's like, oh, by the way, we accidentally paid you extra. I'm like, oh, you tell me this now, so I have to come back.
Yeah,
and
yeah. Work
give
a
you the
day.
money, you know what I mean? Like, suck my ass. I'm fucking sick. Speaking of jobs, though.
Yeah.
I feel like I know the answer to this question already, but have you ever been fired from a job?
Yeah. Yeah, career job. I got fired.
For rorting the system?
Well, I'm a contractor, so like I just got fired from a job that I got contracted out to. So I still had a job.
Oh, you still, yeah, so you just get, like,
Well,
distributed to
technically I
another
didn't have a job, but I
company.
just went to another contracting, like an agency group.
Right.
But I got fired because I left a package at someone's house when they asked for a signature. I just left it at their house.
Was it a legal document type thing, or was it just like a random?
No, it's just company policy that I was working for. So
Oh,
like, if
and
it says it requires a signature, you got to get a signature.
Was the only like package that you have done, or do you just leave them all there?
Well, I normally leave in all this. First one I got a customer complained
okay, right.
because they're like, I think they were on holiday or something, and they're like, I'm not home. Who signed for it?
Gotcha.
But they shouldn't have complained because they got the fucking package.
They got the package. Yeah, it was there.
Oh, I'm sorry. I gave you a great convenience. I left it at your house so you could get it and not have to go to the post office.
Yeah, exactly. Because then they'll come back and then they'll have to fucking go, "Where's my package?" Oh, I gotta go to the post office.
Oh, I got sent back to the sender. Oh, I'm crying. I wish Bassie was still a postman. He'd give me all my shit. Fucking people hate him.
Is that the only job you've been fired from? Sorry, wait. Before you answer that, how do they let you go?
Oh, worse. Because every day I used to start at 6 a.m.
Don't tell me you went in.
They called me in to go to work, telling me I was working pretty much.
Yeah.
had a morning meeting, which finished at 9.
A 3-hour meeting.
After the meeting, well, I get there at 6:45.
Right, like
Then at 7:30 they came in, had a meeting, which went for like an hour.
Yeah.
Then they gave all the other drivers like their runs or whatever. Told them you're going out here. And I'm just waiting there like, oh, we'll be back, James, give us a second. So I was there for like 3.5 hours.
Do you get paid for that?
No. They go, oh, come into the office and talk. And then in the meeting, they were talking about leaving packages without like authorization or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck, I'm done here. For sure, I'm done.
Yeah.
Because the big boss came in, he's like, if anyone does this, I'll gladly walk you off site. And I was just like, all right, here we go. I'm like, I don't give a fuck anymore. Because of fuck. They called me into the office. They're like, so James, we found this delivery that you delivered. It didn't have authority to leave on it. And I'm like, really? I swear it had authority to leave. Like,
really?
I would
leave
never,
them all there.
I'm like, I would never do that. I would never just leave it.
Wait, it's
like,
not company policy to leave every package there?
Yeah.
Fuck, I've been here for 2 years, man.
I'm like, I'm surprised you guys just caught on. Anyway, and then just as the meeting was finished, I was like, oh, by the way, guys, you've held me here for 4 hours. Am I going to get paid for this or nah? And they're like, nah. And I'm like, well, why didn't you just tell me at the bloody start of the shift? Just
tell me to fuck off.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like,
surely you could
your
have like
firing
asked
policy is horrible.
Surely you could have asked for pay.
I did ask, but they said no.
Of course they did.
And then the cunt didn't even walk me off site. He's a little pussy.
Little fucking
little
bitch.
big red.
I don't think I've like... Fucking motherfucker just walking in the podcast.
You farted?
No.
Oh.
I think I've only ever been fired from one job.
Mm.
And that was when I, for all the Aussies listening to the podcast, I did this long interview process for Bunnings. And like it's a bit of a pain in the ass. Like you have to do like 2 or 3 interviews to get there. And so
you did group interviews and stuff?
Yeah, I did the first group interview. That was good. Do all these like, what would you do if this happened? I'd be like, whatever, yada, yada, yada.
Get some wood,
yeah,
build a bridge.
Here's the wood, there's the hammer, do it yourself. And so I got into the next group interview with like maybe 20, 30 people. And then I did that. That was like an hour and a half. I got paid for that as well. Everything was fine. And then they told me to come pick up a package. Like they rang me on the day, come pick up this like this bag of your gloves, your whatever, your like all your shit that you need. And so I came in from the beach. They rang me when I was at the beach, and I was like, all right, I'm in like boardies. I had no shoes. Like I'll just.
I've gone to an interview like that before.
Yeah. And so I went in. I walked up to like the business thing. Grabbed my bag, obviously in boardies. I had a shirt, but no shoes.
Yeah.
I get a call a week later. This is all prior to me actually doing any shift there.
Yeah.
And they're like, we just want to talk to you about like your work ethic and like your presentation, like for work. And I'm like, what do you mean? I haven't even done a shift yet.
Yeah.
And they're like, so like, I was told that you came in last week and you didn't have any shoes on. I'm like, also, you guys told me to come in. I fucking had to pick up a package that you told me to get, and I was at the beach, so I didn't know I was actually on the clock. And they're like, yeah, but even your interview, like 2 weeks prior, the big group one, they're like, you didn't seem very invested. I'm like, I answered like 4 questions, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
It's so funny when they like question. They're just like, oh, I just need an excuse to. Just say we didn't want you.
Yeah, no, exactly. Tell me. And then so like, they said they gave me one last chance to like plead. So I was at this point, like this is like a regret in my life. It was just like I don't even know why I pleaded to like keep my job that I hadn't even earned the right to get sacked from.
Please let me Bunnings. I love Bunnings.
I was like, no, I think like I'm a really good worker, blah blah blah. Like, and I'm all this. I was talking out of my ass. I didn't actually really want to work there.
Actually, just bent over and like moving your butt cheeks like Ace Ventura. Do you have a mint?
So, I did the whole begging thing. Then they like deliberated in the room. They sent me out of the room, and then I came back in the room 10 minutes later, and they're like, "Yeah, sorry." I'm like, "Fuck."
What's the point?
What a waste of my life.
Wait, so you went in just to get fired?
Yeah.
Yeah, like me.
Yeah, exactly. At least I was only in there for like 40 minutes.
I got a story for you. I had a group interview for Apple. I was trying to get a job at Apple.
When was this?
Just before I started doing courier work, I think.
Right.
I was going to try and do both at the same time. And I went in, did the group interview, and the first group interview, got asked back for a second group interview.
Yeah.
Went into I think it was second group interview. It might have even been the first group interview. Anyway, it was one of the two. Second group interview. And then I was talking to like the main interviewer dude at the end, just like, oh, what are your interests? What are you doing with yourself? And I'm like, I play in a band. Well, it's like, oh, what kind of music do you like? I'm like, oh, just like rock, hip hop, funk. I love all that shit. And I was like, fuck, no, I don't have this job. I just swore in front of him. He's like, have a good day. I was like, see ya. Just
You're
walked
kidding.
out of the interview. I was like, see you later.
You're joking.
Yeah.
Just for fucking seeing shit. It's just Apple though. It's not like you're.
Yeah, but it's still professional business. I like knew straight away. I was like, yeah, I'm definitely not. And then I got an email next day like, oh, at least I got an email. Not just waiting. They like instantly got an email saying, yeah, I think we're just going to move forward with it. Like,
Wow.
please apply again like later on or whatever if you're really interested. I was like, yeah, okay, whatever.
That's fucked because you know that guy like swears in his spare time.
Oh yeah, for sure. But like I remember going into an Apple store later and then like seeing people work, and I was like, there's no fucking way I would enjoy coming to this job every day.
Right.
Because I kind of got over customer service for it.
No one likes customer service.
Yeah.
I fucking hate it, dude.
Oh man.
I can't find this fucking gain. Sorry,
Yeah,
guys.
good.
I'm fiddling with this shit too much. All right. Well, I mean, hopefully we don't get fired from
Being
the
in a
music
band.
job. So recently, we were gonna do this. I wanted to do this like podcast before we got here. I didn't know we were gonna be in the lounge. Obviously, this is a nice
Yeah, there's a nice little
Nice
spot
little-
to do it.
nice little spot we have here. But I was gonna do it on the weekend. That we. That's a weird way to drink some more.
My nose is too big, doesn't fit in the glass. Okay.
So I was thinking, I want to record it on the weekend, but you were busy.
Yeah, I was busy. Sorry, bro. I was busy getting
What?
wrecked.
What were you doing?
I was at Stu.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Stu's Bucks Party. And so Stu's Bucks Party Friday night, Saturday night,
Yeah.
down in Rye, just past your place.
Yep.
It's a good time. Got down there, started drinking on the way up. Me, Travi, and Craig were in the car together going up.
Yeah. Going
It's
down.
going down the coast. Yeah. It's probably been, I reckon, 6 years since me, Trav, Craig, and Stu have hung out for like a whole weekend.
Wow.
It was pretty good. It was
Fucking
good. It was
throwback.
good to. We literally just got buckled.
Yeah.
We like just started drinking, smoking a little bit, and it just got absolutely cooked.
How long has Stu been engaged for?
It's a year and a bit, but they've been dating for ages.
Right. Cool. So was she having her hens night?
I'm not sure.
Same week.
No
Okay,
idea.
Right. So was it just you four that were?
No, there was
other people
heaps.
there
But so there was us four, Jamie, Rolf,
Rolfie.
Brent from the Playbook, Jenkins from the Playbook, and then a bunch of his high school mates
Yeah.
came down. And then I was going to travel like cooked out of our minds. And I'm like, Trav, did you ever think at 29 you'd be the loser at a party? And I just realised that like me and him were just like so drunk. Me, him and Greg were so drunk, and then everyone else was just like the same age, but we were still like the teenagers of the group.
What was the range of age there?
Oh, like 33 to 30.
Right.
Like everyone was pretty much the same age.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was just a good time. Went down to St. Andrew's Beach House. You've been to that one?
St. Andrews, yeah.
Beach
no,
brewery?
yeah.
Yeah.
Not
like
the brewery,
Stables
but like
one?
I used to work down St. Andrews.
Yeah.
Like a beachy place, right?
Yeah, but the brewery is like where an old stables used to be.
Right.
So it's like based around horse racing. All the drinks are like called some horse racing.
right.
You'd love that shit, being a vegan and stuff.
Fucking file up cocktail.
Had some horse, ate some horse. I'm like, if they're going to put it down, might as well eat it. That's what I reckon.
Savage.
But yeah, it was a good weekend.
I've never been to like a buck. I've never been to like I've been to a wedding when I was like 8 or like 6.
One wedding in your whole life.
2.
Holy shit.
lie, so-
I've been to like 50.
So really,
Yeah, I'm just being Greek. Everyone gets married, everyone's
yeah.
family.
but I mean, like, I'm not at the age where people like my high school friends get. I don't know if any of my high school friends have been married. Like
Also, going to Christian school, like a lot of
Yeah,
my
yeah.
friends got married, so.
my uncle. I went to my uncle's wedding. That was when I was like early teens, I think. Bit of a drip there. And like I was like, I wasn't obviously old enough to drink, so that was kind of lame. But I do remember going to my auntie, who has passed away now, the one that Floral Glass was about.
Yeah.
Her wedding. I think one of the bridesmaids got lit on fire.
What the fuck?
So they were doing like the
Someone brought a flamethrower.
it was in like, it's at like some church in Frankston. And
that explains
some thug. so someone.
Church of fire.
So they were doing like splashing the holy water.
Petrol?
And apparently this holy water was fucking gasoline. I don't even know what it was, but like, so someone
just changed it to petrol?
So there was like, you know how they have candles and shit.
Yeah.
Like, there was a bunch of candles lying around. Maybe the dress was like super flammable.
Like a polyester or something.
Dude, she was in a whole body was on fire.
What the
Dude,
fuck?
like picture like when Goku goes Super Saiyan.
Before the wedding happened, or was like after the ceremony?
Just during the ceremony.
Well, she must have been standing next to a candle or some shit. Holy fuck.
So just picture like Goku going Super Saiyan. She was all just in a ball of fire, and it was only like 2 seconds. So I don't think she got like hurt or anything. Like, it was just like she all just lit up.
And then all her clothes disintegrated. She was just standing there naked.
So like the flames lit up, and then like before it had any chance to do like any like damage to whatever.
Yeah.
I think one of the priests like pushed her on the ground and like stopped, drop, and rolled it. Just fucking rolled it
like
down the stairs.
Evangelist, just like, God.
But like, I remember like it all just happened so quickly, mate. I was like 5 or 6, and I was sitting there. Mum was trying to cover my eyes. I'm just looking at this chick on fire.
Fucking weddings are sick.
Weddings fucking suck, man. And it happened so quickly. Like, just boom, ignited, boom, on the ground, shoved, and then everything's fine, and then just continued on. But holy crap! No, I think your mic's different though, because mine is kind of sharper, but yours.
Yeah, I don't know.
See, look at yours. Talk now.
Check.
Nah, chuck it up.
Check it.
I trust.
No, I just saw it. All right, whatever.
I trust your levels. It's fine.
Yeah, but the Bucks were sick. I had a story about a wedding.
A wedding?
After the Bucks.
Yeah.
So I drank for like 2 days.
Right.
Then got home at 11 o'clock on the Sunday.
PM.
11
Oh, midday.
a.m.
Okay.
Oh, like 12, midday. Packed my bag.
Oh,
hung
true. Yeah.
out with Kate for like 2 hours. Went to see my parents for dinner.
Right.
Drove to the airport. Got on the plane to come.
Wow. I'm surprised you didn't feel like shit.
Me too.
No, you're preparing for what's going to happen in the next month.
Everybody's like, I guess it's touring time again.
Yeah. I'm trying to get my stomach into the rhythm.
To take you one.
I'm trying to get my stomach in the rhythm of not eating until dinner. Because, like, you know, when you're at home, you just fucking snack, because I can.
Back on that fasting life.
Yeah.
I reckon I'm not going to eat from, like, until 4 o'clock every day. Just before, like, sound check or whatever, and then finish eating at, like,
nibble.
2 o'clock in the morning, and then just fast all day again.
I think, like, my stomach got used to it, like, 2 weeks in of the, holy crap, this table,
Stop defecating on it.
This table takes shit really good.
Defacing. Not
Defacing.
He's just shitting on the table.
Yeah, my stomach doesn't get used to like touring, like lifestyle until like 2 weeks in, which is like accepting not eating until dinner time.
Yeah.
But I think this time, because last tour we had Taco Bell vouchers, which helped us out a bit. Like, because it's obviously hard to spend money every day of tour, because Australian money gets pretty much cut in half because of the stupid conversion rate in America.
Even worse.
So I'm coming over here with like
you save up $1,000, you're like sick, and it's like $500. You're like, fuck.
I'm coming over this time with probably the least amount of money I've had. I'm probably coming over with 600 Oz.
Yeah. That was me the first time.
Yeah, which is like 300 US, if I'm lucky.
I'm lucky. I got 2 pays coming through, so.
Ooh, fuck, that's good.
And I got an amp that's being sold. Money should be coming through for that.
Oh, true. I'm chucking some clothes on Depop, by the way, guys.
Yeah. Go check out. What's your Depop?
I don't know. I haven't made it yet.
Okay.
Just check out.
Look out for Jake's Depop. Help a boy out.
I need to make some fucking cash.
Guy owes me for travel insurance, so help a boy out.
Yeah, Bassy had to. Before we're like, oh, we don't have travel insurance. Maybe we should get it. And Bassy's like, travel insurance? Do we need it? I'm like, travel insurance or a tattoo? What do you reckon?
Yeah. Maybe we should get a tattoo of the insurance policy.
Budget direct tattoo insurance. So, I was this is like a big shift in topic. I was listening to a couple of other podcasts.
What? You listen to other podcasts, you motherfucker.
I'm just trying to get ideas, man. And a topic came up, and it was about sex toys.
Sex toilets.
Sex toys.
Oh, okay, sorry. Sex toilets. Never heard about that.
Didn't someone wipe your ass in this toilet? And they were talking about like, is it okay for guys to have sex toys?
Oh yeah. Wait, was this on Triple J?
No, I mean it could have been.
Okay, they have a hookup show on Sunday night, so I was listening to that on the way to the airport.
What's your opinion of it? Like, do you think that it's okay for guys to have sex
As in
toys?
like a vibrator?
No, I
or
mean
like
like a guy. No, I mean like a
Oh, you can
fleshlight or.
shove it. Oh, okay. Shove it.
Give me your opinion.
I mean, whatever. Like, you fuck your hand, so why not fuck something that feels better?
Yeah, I mean, like, I guess, like, there's, when you think about it like that, there's no, like, why is it okay for chicks to have them and then guys not?
I mean, I feel like it's the same thing,
isn't
still,
it?
like, well, in like, where I grew up and stuff, there's definitely still a stigma around.
Dude, even now, there is still just, like, it's, like, taboo.
Even, like, around vibrators and stuff, I feel like there's still a stigma.
Yeah.
But, like, fleshlights, or what about, like, the full arse and vagina molds?
Oh, those things are...
Oh, one of my
Those
favorite,
look funny as
one
fuck.
of my favorite online videos. When the guy buys one, and then the
He reviews it? Is that...
No. This is the real movie. A real fun movie.
Oh, okay, right.
And he buys one, and then he gets distracted by something, and then the old switcheroo with the real one comes in, and then
How does
he's
that
like,
happen?
Yeah, I don't know. Funny as though.
Shit dialogue. I should be a porn writer.
Yeah, we could make millions.
But yeah, I was just like, because this guy in the podcast spoke about like, this is funny while people are walking past, but like
exactly.
a sex doll. Like, so like a doll.
We should interview people.
That is. What are your opinions on sex toys?
Anybody?
So like, I guess this is weird. I don't know if it's what's like. I feel like a flashlight is chill.
Yeah.
But getting a doll.
Oh, we have a banned one, so.
Yeah, no, that gets like passed around, and
Yeah,
like we just wash it in the dishwasher. It's fine.
Sometimes I just rinse it with water.
Don't even. Sometimes I like the extra lube in it.
Like when I'm done with it, and then you use it straight
I
after me?
straight away.
Yeah. It feels great. Anyway,
I think flashlights are chill, but
Mm.
like getting an actual doll, a fucking stiff like board balloon thing, that is when I think I find it kind of odd.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it is odd or if it's just I feel like it's odd. I wouldn't want one.
I wouldn't. I feel like, if you're replacing human contact with it, like you, I mean,
isn't that anything?
It's
though,
not
like
my
a
place.
flashlight?
It's not anyone's place to say anything. I don't feel like anyone could say it's weird, but you don't know the situation. People buying those fucking things. Like,
Yeah, I mean, like maybe they're like old.
maybe
and
they
they
just
haven't had sex.
love silicon. Maybe they're just like, fuck real girls. I want to fuck plastic chicks.
I don't even need chicks when I have a balloon.
Plastic bitches are the best. Maybe they just like the squeaking sound.
And you like unplug it. It's like. Have you ever had one? Have you ever bought one or thought about buying one?
I have only ever been in a sex shop maybe twice in my life.
Me too.
Yeah.
I think one of them was
Together?
together
In
oh yeah, no, we're looking for outfits for the show.
Yeah, we're gonna buy those fucking chain up things. Is that in Brisbane?
No, I was in Brisbane. I think.
Halloween, that was a Halloween show. And we were like,
No.
Yeah. And we went upstairs and I got
like 3 years ago.
Yeah, it was with Contour.
Wow.
Pretty sure.
I think we've been in one again together. It was in Denver.
Oh no, that wasn't a sex shop. That was the when we stopped halfway at that mall and we went into that weird ass shop and they had the molded cocks and stuff.
Ah, moldy cock.
Moldy cock? No, I was gonna get one.
You
But I don't think my penis is gonna stay hard for that long.
Oh, like the way you make your mold of your own.
Yeah, you push it in the clay and then.
I don't know if I'd even want to like see it. You know what I mean? Like I know how big it is.
In real
when I'm
life.
looking at it, but I'm like, I don't know if I want to, like, if I put it eye level to me
Yeah.
and just realize how unimpressive it is.
Yeah,
I don't know if I can handle that. Imagine molding like just an average size penis
Yeah.
and then giving it to your significant other. It's like, sure, you can have this, or you could have just like some massive, insane thing that's at the shop for like $12. Probably do
I
wonders.
wouldn't want to give that to Kay. She could probably get used to it, and then I wouldn't be able to.
And then you come
satisfy her.
home, it's like, oh, fuck, damn it. Oh. What else has been happening though? I feel like when was the last time I saw you before we came to... I was
Last
in the Melbourne
weekend.
show.
Yeah, last weekend.
That was fun.
The last time he saw me was when he said bye to each other at breakfast with As It Is.
That's right, yeah. That
How
was
good-
cool. They
how good
ended
is that
up...
band?
Yeah.
As in
Love
like
that band.
people.
Such nice guys. I remember like... when I saw the video, they played Winter's Weather at the show that we couldn't make, obviously, because we were like getting ready to play.
Really?
Yeah, it's like my favorite As It Is song. And
That's the single between the albums?
That was horrible, but yeah, it was the like the single between albums. You're right, and they did it with all the mirrors and stuff. And I was fucking spewing because like I haven't seen that song yet, and we could have actually seen it, but
Yeah.
it was like too risky to go watch their
And
set.
we
and
needed
then
to save money for coming here.
Maybe fucking not make our set. But the As It Is guys came to our
AM,
show
PM.
afterwards. I don't think they made our set, but they came like
No, they came later.
after when we were like drinking upstairs.
Yeah.
And man, did we all drink. Holy crap.
Yeah, it was a good time.
I think everyone got plastered.
Kate got fucked.
Yeah.
She painted the inside of Trav's car. She's probably
Really?
not happy
Did she?
with me saying that, but
Did she?
she did.
Because I remember like she was in the bathroom and she was kind of in there for a while.
Yeah.
And Leah and someone else, I can't remember who, like, but they were like knocking on the door going like Kate, like, honey, like, are you okay? Blah, blah, for like 10 minutes. And then the chick came out of the toilet and she's like, sorry, I'm not your friend. I don't know where you're from.
Yeah.
Some random person.
I
Go
asked
try
the
to talk to.
bartender chick to go and check on her.
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, she's still in there. But she apparently like smacked her for Agent, and Kate was like, I'm fucking fine. But she was actually passed out on the door.
I remember this moment like where I was like talking and then I see Kate getting like walked out. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
she's hit the level. And then I came home not long after. Cause
Yeah,
I
you
was,
didn't get home that long after.
I had so many drinks. My God. Because they were all just like, we had like allocated drinks for the band and like,
Yeah. We actually
whatever
got
for
a
the night.
decent night, which was sick.
it was good.
I
And
did
PM
pay
hooked
for
us
drinks
up.
still.
You did?
Yeah, because I bought my first drink.
What?
Ryder ran out, and I bought that round.
Dude, what?
Yeah.
I looked at my bank the next day. I didn't spend a single cent
Yeah,
aside
good.
from the beer that we had before we left,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
next door to your house. Which is, like, I always hate going out and then, like, looking the next day at what you've spent.
Yeah, that's the worst feeling.
It's fucked up. But I did it anyway. Like, after the night, I'm like, oh my God, this is a record for me. Because usually I'll get drunk and I'm like, oh, everyone gets a cocktail.
Because you just there's
Feeling
no
generous,
value
you know?
in money.
And, like, we haven't seen, like, As It Is in a while. Like, Ronnie was nice. I hadn't met him before.
You didn't. No, you went home when they came to see Waster, because they came to the Waster show. Remember?
Waster
You remember we played with Waster, and then I went out that night
in the UK.
in the UK.
Where was I?
You went home because you were going to go to the city in the morning with Charlotte.
Was that?
Yeah, Foley was backstage. Remember after I said, and he's like,
Oh, wait,
"You guys could be better."
The
The first Waste show, Underworld.
Hang on. Oh, I went home today.
Yeah, because you wanted to go see Big
Right.
Ben and shit.
That's right.
And
I
I
don't
already
rem- I
seen
didn't-
it, so I'm just going to get fucked.
I didn't know that they were there. Oh no,
He was
no,
there
Foley
after I
wasn't
said-
there.
Yeah, he was. There's
No.
a photo of us all standing around
He
talking.
said you
with
guys
him.
could be better. That was at our tour with Story Untold.
No.
Really? Oh
Yeah.
no, maybe I'm tripping. Yeah. I think I remember his fucking stupid fucking mug. Fuck you, Foley, if you're listening.
No.
Love you, but fuck you. He was like, now I can't even do his fucking voice. Such a chav.
No. I can't even do it either.
I love your band, yeah. This is Gordon
That's
Ramsay.
pretty good.
But it's fucking bland, dry, shit. He's like, you could do better. And like, Toby from Trash Boat was backstage as well. I was like, don't worry, don't listen to him because we just played like a sold out show somewhere at London. And then it was wild. Then fucking Foley pulled him aside and said it was shit right after their show too.
Fuck. No, I think that was after their headline show. He said the same thing to
No,
us.
that's what I mean. Yeah, like
Toby,
they just played like their recent show they played that was sick.
That's right. Toby was there. I forgot that he was there.
All the Trashbro guys were there.
That was a wild night.
Yeah, but I was still like, I was fucked from the jet lag. Like, I don't know, it just really hit me that time.
But you got up you pretty much got up an hour after I got home.
That's right. So you guys
Me and Brandon went out.
You guys went out.
Yeah.
And you saw someone making a fool of themselves.
Oh, man. Mate, it was I have video evidence.
Do we want to talk about that?
Maybe we'll get him on an interview one day and then I'll...
I fucking doubt it. Do you want to talk about that now?
No.
No? Okay.
I don't really be like that. Anyway, we went out.
We just kind of saw someone.
Anyway, I went out and somebody thought they were the coolest person in the world,
Yeah.
and I got evidence of them yelling at a bouncer saying that they were the coolest person in the whole damn world.
Let me in. You're beyond.
Oh, actually, I was going through my shit looking for the EP.
Yeah.
And I saw the award that I got given at the end of the Wazer tour. It was like, Bassie gets this award for having 500,000 followers.
This is all obviously information you guys will fucking have no idea
if
about.
you want to find out,
revealing any details,
just email the advice line.
redwinegoodtimeadviceline@gmail.com.
Yeah, maybe I'll tell you if you subscribe to Patreon and you ask us about it, I'll tell you in there. But
Patreon, by the way, we have 5 patrons.
Yeah, we do.
Fuck yeah!
Maybe
Thank you to the people.
Microphone and fucking.
Yeah, we're trying to get Bassie a new microphone because he's currently just got like a what is that?
It's a penis. I'm just talking into a penis with
the
cord
flashlight that we all use.
Exactly. That's why it smells.
No, we're trying to get Bassie a new mic with the Patreon money, so you guys can listen to us a little bit better. I mean, mine's fine, but James's is kind of. It's alright.
It's got a switch on it to turn it off.
But I mean, we're almost there. Like
I just realised I hardly ever look at the camera because I just don't give a fuck about it.
I don't really look at it either. I don't think anyone like. Imagine if just sitting here, just going like,
break that.
Yeah,
just break that fourth wall.
It's just so funny, you guys. So if you guys are, most of the listeners are on Spotify, which is where obviously I listen to all my podcasts on. And I think that's where we do the best interaction wise. But for those of you who are listening on or watching on YouTube, I guess, or Patreon, we are set up in a booth
in the Noodle Bar
in the Noodle
Cathay
Bar.
Pacific Lounge.
And so I think there were more people here, but they heard us talking and they fucking left.
I don't know how loud I am because I got an earphone in, so.
Oh, who cares? Don't worry. I'm definitely getting some noodles here though after we're done.
Oh yeah, the beef ones.
No, I had the vegan wonton, and it was pretty good. Not wonton, pad thai. I mean, I don't know how I got that confused. It was pretty
tofu.
That was pretty cool. No, just like mushrooms and I don't know, like fucking cabbage or some shit.
Oh, and a pork broth.
No. Like I said, if it was pork broth, it would taste a lot better. But it was good enough. The service here has actually been unreal. There's a lady that was talking to us before. I don't know her name, but she's lovely. I think she's still hanging over there. I want to go give her a good review because she was like, she was showing me where we can do the podcast, and she didn't suggest here, but she suggested a room like up the back, like 50 meters away from us right now, guys. And there's like people like horizontally just sleeping and
just normal people sleeping on beds because it's a relaxation room.
I don't think we should go in there.
We're actually going to go in.
What's up, guys?
Yeah, we're actually going to go in there and wake them up, but we felt bad.
And also, I think if you guys want to sub to us on Patreon, then you're going to be able to see the yoga session that we're about to do.
Yeah, we're going to do a yoga session later. We're going to shower.
We're going to film the yoga session, I think. And it's going to be funny.
We're just going to go through this lounge and tell you all the cool shit that you can do when you're as famous as us.
Yeah, pretty much. When you lie to get in here.
And you lie about
we didn't really lie. We told the truth. Yeah, sure. Thank you very much.
Can we get another one? Oh, thank you.
Can we get 2 more? Thank you very much. Speaking of great service,
I think we just got bumped up to first class.
She's gonna go up my ass later when I take a shit.
Imagine if she brings one back, I'm gonna be so impressed.
She said 2 more.
I didn't need to pee, but let's just keep going.
Fuck it. We got a good time. Red wine.
Good time. Oh, if you guys haven't followed us on Instagram and Twitter, Jake, what's our Instagram?
Instagram is redwine.goodtime.
That's right.
And Twitter is redwinegoodtime. It's all one word.
Is right.
I'm getting used to it now. I don't know how you guys have tell us how you found this podcast, by the way. If you just have, I assume most of the people listening know us
Yeah.
for Bukowski or between you and me or just
I'm more
whatever.
Bukowski, obviously.
Yeah, that's right.
Like we got number 1 in the worst band on the on the charts.
On the chat. I'm surprised actually at how many people listen. Right.
Yeah, I'm pretty stoked when
Because,
I check
like,
the stats.
I know the YouTube's like less people watch. We were talking about it before. Less people watch the actual video because it's just I don't know. I prefer listening because I can visualize what I think they're doing and it's funny in my head. But if I look at what we're doing right now, and I'm like, oh, that's not how I pitched it. I thought they were like.
Do you reckon there's been anyone that's been having sex while watching our podcast?
Stevie. Stevie, mate, love you.
Self-sex.
So Stevie, again, we're talking about him, but I think he.
For those playing at home, it's
the Willy Wonka haircut.
Stevie Wonka.
Stevie Wonka. He watches every episode as it comes out. He's not a patron though, even though he makes a lot of money. He just can't afford $5 a month.
Yeah.
Too busy spending it at the chocolate factory.
Yeah, building that. The Oompa Loompa service is quite high.
But yeah, like thank you for everyone who listens. By the way, because when we were at the show in Melbourne, like the AM/PM show, and we're upstairs, and like I don't know where you were, but Foley, drummer for As It Is, grabs me on the shoulder and is like, "Mate, your fucking podcast."
Yeah.
Yeah, he loves it.
Oh, I think I did hear him say that, but
he bloody loves it. So
he
shout out
didn't want
Foley.
to tell me because I would have kissed him even more.
Oh, totally. Foley wants you to know how he feels. He wants to give you those positive compliments, but he also doesn't want to give too much. Otherwise, you'll have the edge over him.
Does the classic 2 good compliments and then he hits you with what you need to improve.
Yeah, totally. I feel like it's 1, 2.
Yeah.
Because it was
just
the left jab
it's
of
like,
the...
You look really good, but you should lose some weight because you're fat as fuck.
That's Foley in a nutshell, I think.
Oh, my God.
Oh, it's getting close to the 50-minute mark. That's pretty spicy.
Nah, we still got some time.
How many people... Like, by the way, how many... silly question. Like, do you... When you listen to our podcast, do you listen to it all? Or do you just go, I got the gist? Like, not you, but I mean, like, the listeners. Give us some feedback. Give us more of what you want to hear.
Do you want it to be longer?
Because we're toying with like maybe we should do like just like 2 45-minute episodes and like that way there's
just
more.
Fuck the fans. Like it's all about.
I don't really want to.
I mean, not literally put my penis in every single one of them, but
that's too many espresso martinis.
Not every one of them.
Just some of them. Oh, God. I can just picture Stevie sitting on his couch with a red wine just going, fuck, these cunts are fucked.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh,
Here we
my
go.
Goodness, guys.
Here it is.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Can you say hello to the camera for us?
Can you say hello in here?
Hello. Yeah, hello.
Hello.
There we go. Yeah. Thank you. Cheers, mate.
Cheers, buddy.
This is the best.
That's living, Joshy. That's funny because we were talking before, like we're going to do the lounge episode. We'll sit over there and see if we can just ring a bell and people will get our stuff.
No, I was just like, there's no way they'd serve us.
Yeah, no. And I was like, maybe we'll just because we started the episode with 2 drinks
We're
each,
Yeah.
and we're like, okay, we're not gonna.
Yeah.
No one's gonna dote after us, but.
And we're definitely the youngest people in this place.
100%.
We're in like, no, this is stupid. What have you done,
just
man?
Chuck the expo up. Just slide it up. There we go. That's a bit better. Oh, that's gross. There it is.
Oh, well, you fucked it, didn't you?
I fucked it, yeah.
So, I just heard a warning bell, and it's time
You're a fucking bit
for
premature for that bad boy.
us to drink some of this more I'm drunk. What time is it even here? It's bloody 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Have a drink. I'll keep entertaining while you have a little bit of a slurp. I don't really get espresso martinis, but
Well, I wanted coffee because I'm so tired, but I wanted to get drunk. So
we've had 2 coffees already and 3 espresso martinis.
This is my 4th.
Holy shit! This is my 3rd.
And a
I
red
think.
wine.
Yeah, I still haven't finished my red wine. I don't even know what to go. I got so much shit fucking everywhere.
This is the red wine we've been drinking today is a Pinot Noir from New Zealand, 2017 year. It's called
Nice.
Leap Hill Frog or something like that.
Frodo Baggins.
Yeah,
I think
it's pretty good.
You know
But
what I like about this podcast? It's something different every time we're drinking.
yeah,
But actually,
red wine.
1 second.
Oh my goodness! It is our new theme song for the Red Wine Good Time Advice line. How do you guys like it? Yes, no, change it, whatever. I made it on my MacBook. I don't give a fuck.
You know what's funny? I could see it lodged in the little segment in the template we have there,
Yeah.
and you're listening to it. I
Yeah, it
can't
was
hear
so
it.
weird.
I can't hear it. Let's fucking.
I brought up the email. That's what I was doing before.
I like the jingle though. That was a good job. We should make like some jazz or whatever. I guess this part of the segment here is going to be underlying jazz shit underneath it. But I think Bassi nailed the fucking hammer on the head.
The theme song.
Hit the nail on the head. That's what I mean. The theme song. Yeah, I like it.
How good's the goat at the end? Yeah.
It's fucking so loud in here.
Anyway, I got a couple of emails. I got one reply from an old question, and I got a question as well.
Fantastic.
So we're going. This one says, "How do I find motivation for my uni semester? Am hardcore contemplating yeeting off a bridge to avoid going to class. My friend also wants to know how to cure her toe cheese."
Oh,
thanks.
My
You're
God.
amazing.
So,
let's go with question one.
Question one.
How do we cure toe cheese?
wait. That's on question one. I've actually never had toe cheese / dick cheese.
I mean, you've never had dick cheese. Oh, you've got no fory, mate.
Yeah.
The best part is like blowing inside, like holding your foreskin together and blowing, and then just letting it ferment in there. And then you scrape it off, put it on a cracker.
Cheddar.
You put it on a cracker.
Savoy.
A little bit of balsamic on top. It's what the French call
smegma.
A smegma.
Oui.
It's Italian. It's Italian for best cheese in the world. Smegma.
Yahoo!
Also, curing toe cheese, I would say,
what does toe cheese look
wash
like?
your fucking feet.
What the fuck does toe cheese look like?
It's just like a block of feta that grows beyond your toe.
Not bad, you know. If it tastes alright.
Yeah.
Save $8 per pound.
That's it.
How to
Feta's
cure toe
expensive.
cheese? I don't know. Don't be a gross
It's
cunt.
actually more of that Meredith cheese consistency. It's like a really smooth, fettery kind of thing.
Nice. That's fucked though. I don't know. How do you? That's like got to be days without toe cheese, like without washing.
Months.
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
you
how
had
do
tinea.
Like, you'd have to have a shower with your feet out of the shower.
Yeah. No, you have to be walking in like.
Cheese.
How do I cure toe cheese? Because I just stepped in 10 grams of feta.
Stop walking in cheese.
Now, the uni aspect of that question, you're
I
asking the wrong person because I didn't go to uni.
I went to uni and I did yeet off a bridge, but
And that's how you wound up here.
I should have listened to the one and only
Gandhi?
person who could give you the best advice ever. And it's Jack Black from the movie School of Rock. And that advice is just give up. That's all I can say.
Give up?
Like, if you don't like uni, then just give up and do what you want to do.
I mean, like, speaking of School of Rock, I think that's pretty fitting because we got an email not long ago saying that we're going to do an interview
At the school.
at the school where they film School of Rock.
Yeah.
While
On this
we're
tour,
in the
actually.
States for this tour. So hopefully we can get a podcast episode in while Lawrence is good at piano. He will be rocking in my show.
And we could do the pig thing when they go, bring, and they do the crazy eyes.
Let's rock today.
Let's rock.
Rock today. What is the second one?
The second one is a reply from our friend who asked for advice on how to find friends.
A friend who
at
has
the
no
new-
friends.
Yeah,
He replied. He didn't even give it a month.
Yeah, but he made friends already, apparently.
Hang on. Whoa.
So he said in his original question, I'm
Yeah.
having a hard time making new friends. How would you guys approach making friends and meeting more people?
Maybe get rid of your toe cheese.
Yeah. Well, it's not the same person, though. And then he replied just 40 minutes ago.
Holy
He says,
shit.
I wanted to let you guys know that I took your advice about making new friends, and it's working. I need to buy you guys a case of cold beer. I can't wait for the next podcast.
Holy shit.
So I can't wait to get beer, but if you want to bring
Where's he
us-
from?
Well, it doesn't say where he's from.
Fuck.
Excuse me, this person, can you send us your ASL so we can find out where you're from, and then we can look forward to getting a case of cold White Claws instead of beer.
Oh, please, yeah. Everyone.
Is that what you're most excited for about going back to America? Drinking White Claw?
I don't even really like. So when me and Leah went, like we had some obviously like in New York, and it was fine, but it just wasn't like I had like 2. I bought a case and I had 2. So I'm keen to just like get absolutely annihilated. But then again, I said to myself, I didn't want to drink that much this tour. I want to be more productive.
Do you want to do a thing with me? Before we go on, before we go on stage, we have 1 beer.
Yeah.
Every night.
Just 1.
Just 1 beer, just as we're going on. Okay, 2 beers as we're going on, and then 1 on stage, and then we'd have no more after that. And then every weekend we have a big night.
Cool. Lock that shit.
Yeah, let's lock it in.
Stamp it.
He's seen it here.
Stamp it. Okay, cool.
Pound it. Shazound it. What's the thing he says? All right, now
let's rock. Let's rock today.
You
try it.
Let's rock. Let's rock today.
People in bands are cool. I'm not cool. That is perfect.
That wraps up our advice line. Sego.
Yeah, Sego. That's not bad. I think short and sweet. I mean, I listened back to the podcast for last episode, and we got too deep. Lame.
On the advice line.
Yeah. There's a part where I was like,
don't stop being
true
serious
love,
with us.
true love.
Fuck no, we don't actually want to help you.
Give us more toe cheese shit.
We never actually wanted to help anyone.
Next episode, I want, it's like, how do I get rid of the shit in between my toes? And our answer will be, stop stepping in shit.
Stop shitting on your feet.
Oh, I think me and Bassy are at a good level right now. It's what is it? It's reaching 2 o'clock. By the time this podcast is done on the dot, it'll be 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
And we do not fly until
7 p.m. We're going to do a yoga class.
Yeah, once again.
If you want to see, we're going to do a bonus episode, so if you want to get on that.
For the fucking patrons, the 5 patrons that actually pay and support this podcast, thank you very much. We're going to strictly upload this episode, not this episode, but
the bonus one.
The bonus yoga material to there. Maybe we'll put a little snippet on Instagram, a tiny one, so people can see it. And then go,
everyone wants to see how flexible we are.
I want to watch Bassy's cheeks spread.
Yeah, I'll make sure I shit before it so I don't shit during it.
I'm very excited though. So we got 5 hours to enjoy the rest of this experience. I think I'm going to drink a lot more.
Should we take our cocktails in with us to yoga?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, we'll get to. And I want to have a bowl of noodles as well. Yeah. So I'm doing the downward dog. I'm like,
every time you just go.
I just had some noodles before. I spoke about it before, but fuck, they're decent.
Yeah.
We're going to get some noodles after this. We got like a minute and a half left of the fucking episode.
Yeah, so
when we said we were going to do this podcast, I was a little bit nervous because I'm like,
people are going to get angry at us. We're always loud. In my house, we're always loud, but I feel like we've...
Yeah, but I mean, like, I think, like, people have walked past, like, at least 20 people have just looked at us and gone, the fuck, but...
Especially when we're talking about sex toys.
Yeah, we talked about, like, a sex doll, and then, like, 6 women walked past and were like, eep. Women. He's probably gone.
Alright, we're gonna try and punch out a few episodes while we're on this tour. Get some interviews going.
So perfect. So I don't know what we're gonna do with the interview situation. We're gonna have guests.
Can we just try and do as many guest interviews, and then some we'll put up on Patreon. And if people want more, whatever.
That's cool. Good idea, because we have 4 weeks,
and there's so many members of each band,
and we have another 4 weeks in Toronto. So even if we don't do the Bearings Boys,
we can do them after.
Yeah, we can do them
in the bum.
Yeah, fuck them in the bum when they're doing the downward dog.
The downward doge.
Have you still got the headphone?
Oh my goodness, I got to piss so bad.
It's at that point too where I'm just
this happens at the end of every episode. We're like, oh my god, my penis is gonna fucking explode.
That's because you're a foreign. You keep fucking filling it up like a balloon.
That was Kylie Jenner's mum. What's her name?
Who?
Kylie Jenner's mum.
Kris Jenner.
Yeah. Not Caitlyn. That was Kris Jenner.
The one, yeah, dude. I was sitting before having the meal and I was like, that is fucking Kris Jenner.
We should go say hi to her. Get an autograph.
It's not her.
She winked at me.
They all do, don't they?
Yeah. Anyway, on that note,
pretty fitting right here. And there's the outro music, motherfucker. What perfect timing.
That was fucking perfect.
That was unreal. High five.
Yeah.
Shit. Follow us on all of our socials. I've been
And,
JT.
I'll see you on the seeing you time.
And you've been.
Bassy.
Catch you later, guys.
Yeah.
Lost in the place, getting hit by set.